You see the way I did it? I say select all from invoices where billing country is USA. Is this difficult, class?
No.
No, good.
Yeah.
No, good. So it's just as simple as that. You just do select all from invoices. So okay, let me now ask you. Assuming I this is not part of our classwork, but assuming I told you to do something like that, I just want to be sure you get what I'm doing. Excuse me. So write a credit, show the transaction. Excuse me, sorry. In Canada. Now, first of all, this first one we did, if you look very well, you see the way they asked you see the way they gave us, it gave us row by row, row by row, row by row. The reason why it is giving us these row by row answers is because there was no aggregate. We did not aggregate one, and there is no group by. Group by summarizes the answers. That's one effect of group by. Group by is like, remember I told you what group by is. Let's say let's say you have a basket that contains apples, oranges, and pineapples. And let's say put together, you have, if you say you want to group by, you say let's group by this basket of fruits, let's group it by the individual fruits. You now say, by the time you now do the counting, the summarization, you now find out that apples were what? 10. Pineapple was what? 5. Which one did I say? Orange was what? 6. That is what group by works. That's how group by works. You have a basket that contains in randomly orange, pineapple, orange. But then that's, I say orange, pineapple, mango. But they tell you to um, summarize everything. In that word, group by everything. You now say, okay, there are 5. We now count it. You now say there are 5 oranges. There are 16 tomatoes or whatever. Whatever. I don't. Do you understand the idea of what I'm trying to say? Class.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. See. Look.
Kind of.
Okay. Look at it. You have you have because we want to enter window functions, and if you don't understand group by very well, it will not group window functions will not make sense to you. Let's say you have a basket that contains mangoes, that contains oranges, and that contain uh, should have apples. Okay, now is one basket though, one basket. It contains mangoes, it contains oranges, it contains apples. Let me ask you, class, if you decide to start picking one fruit after another, sure you know that you'll be picking, you might pick mango, put your hand in the basket, you might end up picking up an apple, put your hand in the basket, you might end up picking an orange, put your hand in the basket, you might end up picking a mango again, which one in the basket, you might end up picking another mango. You notice that you'll be picking it randomly, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. That's what rows represent. Each transaction one by one. Imagine that transaction to be that time we are picking just any fruit randomly. That's what transaction is, one by one. That's what you are seeing here, one by one. This query we wrote here, one by one. This query you are seeing, it picks all the transactions from USA one by one. The same way when you put your one in the basket, you pick one fruit at a time, one fruit at a time. The same way, one by one. That's what SQL does. SQL does. I don't know. Do you understand this analogy first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So when we say select all from invoices where billing country is equals to USA, it will pick all the transactions, but it will not sum them up. It will pick if a transaction happened in the 1st of June, it will write it in maybe this first row. If another transaction happened in the 2nd of February, it will write it again in this second row. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Or
Yeah.
you
Yes.
understand now? I'll be good. I think my
Yeah.
mind is telling me you understand now. That was what I was trying to explain using basket. The same way, if I pick one mango, if I just put my hand inside the basket and I pick one fruit, maybe mango, it will write it in the first row. Tutor picked one mango. If I put my hand again, it will write it again. Maybe I put orange, it will write it. Tutor picked orange. If Giant now put her hand it again and picked apple, it will put here. Giant picked apple. If Doctor put her hand again and picked on that apple again to write. So that's what it just represents. That's what this function represents. Now, what of if somebody now says, eh, I want to know the number of mangoes, the number of oranges, the number of apples. That is where Mr. Group by now comes in. Group by in a way is summarization. Is what we call summarization. All right. Group by is what we call summarization. In this case, what I'm telling you to do is to tell me how many number of mangoes are there, how many number of oranges are there, how many number of apples are there. Then we now find out that okay, we have 5 mangoes, we have 6 oranges, and we have 10 apples. So let me now take now. In this first one we did, when you were picking randomly, when you by the time you picked randomly, you will have how many rows? You will have 5 plus 6 is what? 11. 11 plus 10 is what? 21. By the time you picked randomly and we are recording, let me say as you're picking one fruit at a time, you are recording, you will have 21 rows. True or false? Okay, well, the class was silent, so they don't understand yet. Yo, window functions, God help us. So, hello, class. Hello, class. Hmm. Let me know they hear myself. Hello? Hello? Jaya, can hear
Can
your
hear
voice.
you.
So look at something. Just stay with me. Because if you don't understand this foundation, you can't understand window functions. Class, listen to me. There were 5 mangoes, there were 6 oranges, and there were 10 apples. If we were picking one fruit one after another, how many times will we pick fruits from the basket? This simple mathematics. If we have 5 mangoes, 6 oranges, and 10 apples, and we're picking one fruit one after the other from the basket, how many times will we dip our hands and pick a fruit?
Total fruit.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the numbers of. I only had 10 and 5. You
There
said
are
5 mango.
5 mangoes, 6 oranges, and 10 apples. If I in a
Mm.
basket, if someone told me dip your hand into that basket and pick a fruit one after the other, how many fruits will I pick?
21 fruit.
Thank you. So we have 21 rows of data. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yes.
Do you understand the analogy now? Class, do you understand the analogy now? The number of times you are picking a fruit, you are recording it when you pick a fruit, you write it down. I picked orange. When you picked another fruit again, number 2, I picked mango. By the time you finish writing every time you are picking and you're writing every time, you notice that you have written 21 rows. 21 number of times you have picked fruits 21 number of times. Do you understand? Class, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, now let's go. Are you okay? Let me don't ask you, are you sure? Because you're not lying. Now, now, if they not tell you to summarize and say, group, tell me the number of mangoes we have, the number of oranges we have, the number of apples we have, write it one after the other. You will now come and say, ordinarily, when you were picking mango, you picked apple, you were writing it down one after the other. You picked mango again. By the time you finish writing, you see it's 21, up to 21 times. All right. But now they now say summarize everything, and in the sense that tell me only the number of mangoes and the number of these things. So you now come the first row, you now write mango. You have to spell mango. Yes, mango is equals to 5. Can you what picking here? Orange is equals to this thing I'm teaching you now. It took me time before I could learn it. Then apple is equals to 10. So now this is the summary. You understand? It said that mango is equals to 5, orange is equals to 6, apple is equals to 10. If I'm to write this thing in a record, it will only contain 3 rows. 1, 2, and 3. But if I were to pick fruit randomly from the basket, just one after the other, it will be 21 rows. But if I'm to write the summary of it, it will just be 3 rows. Do you understand what I mean by this summary? To just contain,
Yeah.
yes, if I was to just write the summary, mango is equals to 5 mangoes, orange is equals to 6, apple is equals to 10, it should just be 5. But if I'm to be going one after the other, I'm picking the fruits one after the other and be writing it. If I dip mine, I'll say mango. If I dip mine, to say hey. So that's what group by. This thing is called group by. Group by helps you to summarize. But when you're picking the fruit one after the other, you are just doing your normal query. That was just what I'm trying to. You need to just understand it, please. You need to understand. That's why I settled down to really explain it so you can have an idea. So looking back at this question, I'll be very fast now. I just took my time to explain that concept. I noticed that you guys have not really understood that group by. I know you are using it to solve questions, so but the truth is that you never enter. You never enter. Me, I know. You say you never enter. You understand? That's why I took my time. Yes, I know. Not today. I know. So that I just took my time. Just understand when you're doing group by, you're just doing a summary of everything, and it will reduce the rows, the number of rows. And even that one where I talk now, I know say you go fly, you know, you know have to understand what I just talk now, but no wala. Now let's go. So write a query that shows only transactions in USA. Select all from invoices where you just should select all from, and you say you understand this one. Okwaya, is that so? Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Now let's do. If they now ask you, class, help me and do this one. Write a query that shows only transactions in Canada. Someone should help me. What should I do? I know. Let me help you. Select and continue.
Oh.
Who is helping me? Oh, Pikokwa.
Oh.
Who can help me? I need help.
I was answering you now.
Who is answering me?
I was
Daniel.
answering
Sorry, don't be angry, oh my lady. So yeah, select what? What am I selecting?
select all
Mm-hmm. Not some. Oh, yeah, that's it.
from invoices
Mm-hmm.
where billing country is equals to
Is equals to what? Abba.
Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Um,
Is that all?
yes.
Are you no group by?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Why? Because there are no aggregates.
Thank you. There's nothing like sum. There's nothing like average in the question. They don't say find the average number, sum of transaction, whatever. So this is actually correct. This is correct. This is correct. But now let's go to the question now. So I'm cleaning this one. Now let's go to this one. They now said this is where the tricky is now a little bit. This is where aggregation now comes in. Sum. They said write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA. Write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA. Write a query that shows the sum of transactions. So there have to be a group by this question, correct? True or false?
True.
True, good.
Yeah.
And there has to be a where clause. So let's just do it. Let's say we say where doesn't it just say select, write a query that shows you the sum. So because of this aggregates, we can't use all. Because of this sum, we can't use select all. Okay, so we do select, let's say transactions, let's say invoice ID. Let's choose the invoice ID. Let's say write a should I show the sum of transactions. So I don't need the invoice ID. What I need is the billing country. I need the billing country. I need the billing country. Let's say as country, comma. I need the sum. of my the transactions as, let's call it sales. All right, sales from invoices. What would be the where clause here?
Billing country.
Thank you. Where billing country is equals to what?
USA.
In land of promise. I'll enter that country one of these. Then group by what? Group by what, please? What are we grouping by, please, class?
That's by country.
By billing country. All right. Let's see what it gives us. Now you see the difference now. Class, can you see the difference between these two questions? The answers. I don't know if my screen is legible enough. I think it's okay.
Mhm.
Is it okay? This my screen, is it big enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you see the difference between these questions? Write a query that shows only transactions in USD, and this one that says write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA. Can you see the difference? This one we did select all from invoice. When you say select all means select all columns and rows. Select all from invoices where billing country is equals to USA. By the time we ran this one, it gave us all the columns, all the transactions done, all the details. Let's say the manager wants to see all transactions that came from USA. Why? Because maybe they want to do a fraud detection analysis. A fraud detection analysis. And our table from all the transactions done in USA. Maybe one Nigeria, God forbid, one Nigeria don't go scan one of Igbo guy. So and the tech, maybe FBI is requesting for the company's data and say, give us data only for transactions done in USA. You won't carry the entire table and go and give FBI. What do? You tell your data analyst, you say, John, yeah, our data analyst, oh, yeah, oh, give us only transactions done in USA. If this was in my SQL, you can export this table you see here, my SQL workbench rather. But I don't know about my SQLite, if you can export a table from SQLite. But if this is my SQL workbench, you can export this table. If you look at your table, whenever you do a transaction, you will see something like export just above the table. So, is there any question from this? Please just let me know. Any confusion? If I give you one that is similar now, can you do it? Your silence means no.
Oh yeah, of course we can do it now.
Janya, why are you keeping me
Yes.
silent? You don't like my voice? Huh?
So my network has been breaking.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, because of time, I don't think I might give you a question to solve on this one. Well, I would also do I don't see anything. Okay, it's me that is not seeing anything difficult in it, but I don't. Should I take chances? Okay, let's check out. Let me take my chance. Okay, this
I
class,
think
you said?
I think we've actually solved this kind of queries before.
No, we have not solved. We have solved this one, A. We have not solved AI before. AI
Mm.
gives you one single row. We have not done something like this before. We have not. It gives you just one single figure. You understand? This question too is needed. Is this question too is needed when the manager wants to see how much came actually from USA. USA, they have been make customers they have been making money, telling us without them our business will not survive. I beg Bikokwa, doctor, help us to find out how much money these people even pay. When they make money like this. That's what's question. Yeah, well, so I would write all this SQL question in broken English. Maybe God help people. I will write Bikokwa. Manager talk, say man, tell you say when you find how much people for USA pay from the beginning for my the entire table where we get a bit the transactions so we don't do. You want a na 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 na. May God have mercy on you that day. give you that kind of question. All right, so let's go. Let me now give you something similar. Let me call it A. I'll be very, very fast. And I need my answers as fast as possible. Let's call this one A. I just want you to understand. That's what I'm just after. I'm not after rushing anything. I just want you to understand. Let's say write a query that shows for only transactions in which country do I want to go to? I want to go to Canada. Let me put Canada. And the second question is write a query that shows let's see in Canada too. So class, give me the answer to this question. You have 10 minutes. These two questions. AII and AIII. Should I read the question out or you know them
Good,
after?
good evening, sir.
Hey, who is that?
Sir,
Hey,
sir is going.
Osanoboa. Who is that? Hey, my father, my Lord. Hey, that's all I can say. Oh, hey, because hey, I don't even know what to say. Hey, what happened? Okay. What happened, John?
Sir, I was not having light and the network is bad. No, like this, that I've managed to join.
Hmm. God help you. Because I will just okay. Okay, let me do something so you can just understand what we're doing, and I trust God that you're smart. Doctor and Jaya, you are writing the question down, Abby.
No, I
Eh?
joined with my phone. Oh.
You
I
say
joined
wait.
with my phone.
You answer it with your phone, oh.
With my phone.
Also,
Let me answer.
Jaya, how far? Are you doing?
Yeah, I'm writing it.
Okay, Joe Jaya is a good student today now. For that missing. Okay, why Jaya is a good student is writing it. We that are the bad students. Let me listen. John, where did I saw? I saw this question just now. No, no, no. Where did I saw it? Hey,
Yes, sir.
So what have I done? It's like I've cleaned one of the answers I wrote. Though. I'm coming, John. Okay, yes, yes, yes. I've seen it. John, look at this question. They said, look at this question A. They said, write a query that shows only transactions in USA. All right. What we just did select all from invoices. And doctor, you can still be writing the query maybe in a notepad. Then you read it out for me. Is that okay?
I could write the query.
You just write in your notebook. If you of course you're a doctor now, so you have pen and paper. So just write in a pen and paper from your head. You say?
But there's no
So,
light
sir,
now.
did you started from
Mhm.
beginning?
Which beginning? I don't know what beginning you are talking about. Though. Wait, doctor, you
But
saying
I
doctor?
can give you the
Don't give
yeah,
me
I can.
anything. Don't give me anything. Write it in your phone. If there's not, like, write it on your phone. Just write it on your phone. Go to your notepad on your phone and write it. I'm coming for you. Write it on your phone.
I won't write that. We're fighting
You are
now.
fighting. Write it on your phone because okay.
Oh,
John. John, are you with me? Okay, well, John, don't go. John, oh, maybe I'll give you a heads up on what you are doing. Sharp, sharp. Hey, John's network is bad. He's trying to talk.
Sir, sorry, my network is very bad.
Hey, but you can hear me even if I cannot hear you. Is that okay? Is that correct?
I'm having a very terrible network.
But can you hear me? Oh, God, yeah. Okay, let me just be continue, John, in case you're hearing me. Okay. Then they said write a query. There are two questions with it. This question A and this question AI. They are kind of similar. Look at question A says write a query that shows only transactions in USA. While AI said write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA. The sum. This one AI has an aggregate sum. Sum. And remember that anytime we are using aggregation, we're going to use what we call group by. Don't forget, anytime we're doing aggregation, we use what? Group by. Now, in this one, they said, write a query. I explained it in details for Doctor and Janya, but I can't go back to that explanation. It will take my time. And I plan to end this class by 8:30. I will just introduce window functions, then maybe tomorrow we'll not deal on it very well. I said write a query that shows only transactions in USA. So all we just did is say we just did select all from invoices where billing country is equals to USA. That's all we did. Is this one hard for you, John? Is it not simple? John, is it simple?
Yes, sir. I can do everything that is on the
Good. So the difference between this question A and
network.
question AI was this.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello?
I said sorry. Your network is cracking. I can't hear what you're saying.
Okay, I said this question, this first question, this one is very easy, isn't it also? What? I swear, I'm just talking to myself. Okay, maybe you watch the recording, John. I think that would be the best option. Just watch the recording, people. Janya, how far? So, John, just follow us. Janya, how far?
I'm on it.
Question one, or question two?
Question 1. I'm entering 2 now. I just
Okay.
finished 1.
John.
Sir, I finished question 2.
Oh, yeah. So, what's the answer for question two?
Hello.
Yeah, what's the answer for question two?
Select billing country as
No,
country.
just give me the
Sum
answer. Give me
total,
the answer.
comma, then you add a comma, then sum total as
Yeah.
sales from invoices. That invoices is the table where billing country is equals to Canada.
Yeah.
Then you put the two years for like those two dots. I mean those two
Semicolon.
columns. Yeah.
Semicolon.
Then you group by billing country.
Okay, let me write. You guide me in what you're writing because there's an error I just noticed now. Let me be confirmed whether you know what you let's select or select what? John, go here. Tell me what to write.
Hello? Okay, I should start.
Yeah.
Select billing country as country.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yeah, continue.
Hello? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, continue. Continue. I'm hearing you. Continue.
Hello?
Continue, John. Oh, continue. Let me give me a thumbs up. So continue. What? Let me just continue what he said. John, this is what John said. But there's a part I needed to understand. Let me see at sales. So John, who can continue from here?
So can I
Yes, sir.
Who is answering now? Is it John or okay? Let John
Hello?
continue. Let me yes, John. Yeah, John, continue. Let me hear. Okay, let Doctor just continue since John's network is wonderful. John, Doctor, please continue.
select billing country
Yeah.
as country, sum total, comma, sum total as sales
Mm.
from invoice, where billing country
Calm down
equals
now.
Canada.
Please now. My hand is not typewriter happy. I'm not hey, God have mercy.
I pressed that. Let me put that somewhere.
I beg you. Go ahead. You say from invoices,
Where billing country equals Canada with your quotation. Then group by billing country, semicolon. Let me see what you've written. Let me see what I've written.
It's me that's writing it though.
Okay.
Here we
Yes.
go. So it's correct. Let me clap for all of you now. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so that's for that. So that means if this one is simple, then the question A should be much simpler now. just to select all from invoices where billing country is equal, where billing country is equals to Canada. I think so. This is what we did then. So this is it. So we're done. Janya, sure you got it too, right?
Yeah.
I trust you. All right. So let's go to the next. Let's go to the next question. Did somebody raise his hand? No. Okay. Let's go to the next question. The question section says write a query that shows the sum of transactions in Germany. So people can do this one. The same thing we just did now. That's this B. The next one, C. This one is where this one is simple, but just a little bit. It's it come out okay. Right. Okay. 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 Who can attempt this number? This C.
Okay. Select
Uh-huh.
select billing country as country.
Mm-hmm.
Sum total.
Not sum total, it's sum into total.
Okay, sorry. Sum into total as sales from invoices. Where billing country equals Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And invoice date is this date 2009
Yeah.
04.
You say invoice dates what?
Invoice date.
Mm.
Put your yeah 2009 0402 close and 2009 0701.
Okay. What else?
So we are going to group by billing country. Close.
Okay, so let's run it. So who can tell me what the problem is from this query, please?
Some no order by.
Oh, there's no other by. We don't no that's not that cannot be a problem. Other by is optional. It cannot cause a query to break.
Oh,
Who can tell me?
um,
Doctor, let me give you a clue. There's a part of your when you're writing your query. If you notice all the time you're writing all your queries, I did not say anything, but there's a place you mentioned something and I mentioned air. I was like, what did you say?
I didn't even hear when you said
And if you look at your what I like about SQLite is that it will show you where the problem is. Can you look at it and determine where the problem is? To that red line.
So there's a problem with the first line.
there are no comma. Okay, no.
No.
Comma
Look
will
at
be
it.
the issue.
Where the red line stop is where the problem is. That's why SQLite. That's why I like using SQLite.
So can you put a comma after the Canada? Then cancel the and in front of it.
Janya.
Yeah.
Janya is that kind of student that like keeping quiet in class. Well, she knows the answer.
Ah.
Someone should ask you also. We need a savior today. Oh, savior, savior, savior. Look at tell me what the problem is.
So try grouping by country. Below, let's see something.
Nothing yet, so there's still problem.
So check above the code above, please. I'm seeing lines appearing till the top.
Which
I want
one?
to see the last code thing.
Which
I
one?
want to see the code above. Yes, above the options. I'm seeing red lines going up.
No, forget. Anytime it's showing there's an error on your code, it will show red line around here.
Oh,
It's normal. It's normal. That one not a problem. Before the problem was one problem now, but all these things people are telling me to do now is compounding the problem. It's compounding the basic we are having.
Please and back and invoice date. I don't think that's not where the problem is. I don't know.
Let me rewind it to how it was before. That this query was before. Oh. Please someone is calling me. Give me a second, please. Hello, you saw my message, I beg. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm on a class. Before it cuts my network. You just send me thank you. Before it cuts my network here. So, hello, am I back? Am I back? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry,
But you're
Jerry.
not yourself.
A call came in, so it cuts my network. I asked that person to hurry up. Talk what you want to talk. Let me share my screen. Okay, so we're trying to diagnose. Oh my, where the problem was coming from. Okay, good. Okay, so let me now rewind this thing to the way doctor meant it. I think this is it now. No, this is not it. Yeah, this is it. So this is the way doctor did it. So she said where bidding countries equals to Canada and invoice dates. I told that where the red line stops is where the problem is. So what's the issue here? The name of the function with not put is called is it starts from B.
By.
Hmm?
The name of this function starts from B.
Hmm.
By.
No. And the second letter is E.
Between.
Thank you. That was a
Oh,
mistake. So an invoice date between wait now. So Claire, Shoti Claire. Class, Shoti Claire.
Yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm. Is there any need to screenshot it or write it down before I go to the next question? Hmm?
I'll screenshot it.
All right. John. Okay. So let's go now. We want to go to the next group of questions. But before we go to the next question, we want to go into a little bit of theory. There is something we so that that's this headache that is doing me God have mercy. All right, so there is something we call okay, class. There's something we call window functions. Window functions. Please listen attentively. Very important. This function I use it a lot when I'm doing diagnostic analysis, when I'm trying to trace where there's a problem in the data set, when I'm trying to remove duplicates in SQL. Yeah, I use it a lot, and I use it a lot in quite a lot, in quite a lot of stuff in deep diagnostic analysis. All right, so and there's something we call window function. Window function, you can screenshot though. Window functions, let me see if it's large enough. It's good enough, yeah. So window functions are SQL functions that perform calculations across a set of rows related to the current row without reducing the number of rows returned. They do not collapse rows like group by. Can I explain? How many of you understand that initial thing I was trying to explain about a basket that contains mango, oranges, and apple? That when you pick one after the other, those when you that concept of picking one after the other is giving you your rows of data. But when you summarize everything using the group by function, what happens? You only have 3 rows of data from that example. You remember Janya and the doctor?
yeah.
Yes.
Good, very good. John, are you still here? Oh,
I don't think so.
okay. John is here, but his network is okay. He has left. Sef. Okay, so let me down. Continue. So what window function does? Window functions is like it's looking, but it's not like it is looking like I'm coming. It's looking like where is that this thing? Where is that one with those examples we just finished doing just now? It's looking like something like this. This kind of questions. It will give you this kind of results. It will give you this kind of result. Though not exactly, but this kind of result. Why group by? We'll be giving you something like this. You understand? We're giving you something like this. Let me give you sorry before I proceed, so you get because you have like a perfect idea of what I want to say. If they say write a query, for example, that shows transactions by each country, what we are going to do is that we'll say something like select or no, not select, so transactions by each one. We say select billing country. We say select billing country as country from what now? From invoices. Okay, we just say, oh, we can't use, what am I writing? Select billing country and here, then comma, sum of total as sales from invoices group by billing country. Now this what I just wrote now will give us something different from the ones we have done so far. Now look at this question we just did. Let me call this question. Oh God, I'm just doing all these things just to explain one thing. Oh, God have mercy. Let's call this AIV. Let's call this question AIV. They said write a query that shows sum of transactions per country. You see the difference now? Even if I don't touch what's in the corner window functions today, we won't do any calculation in window function. I promise. We won't do. We'll not do. But I need you to understand these things. So, hey, you're lucky. Someone is taking his time. I know it's sounding boring for me repeating one thing, but I'm just trying to ensure you understand, because if we start going to complex calculations next week, if you don't understand the foundation, cole work, you will not follow. Look at it. Look at this question we did. We did write a query that shows transactions in USA. This one says write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA. This one says write a query that shows sum of transactions per country. Per country. It could be per city. So what you do, what we now did, select billing country as country, comma, sum in total as sales from invoices group by link. You see what it now gave us? It gave us all the sum of sales in Argentina, all the sum of sales in Australia, all the sum of sales in Australia, all the sum of sales in Belgium, and so on and so forth. If you want to see the highest, we can now even say order by sales, order by sales in descent. I doubt if I'll teach this window functions today, but I need you to understand this thing. So what do you see now? You can see it's not telling us the highest country by sales. Canada second, USA third. Do you understand this particular query, this question I just wrote? Do you understand, class? Please let me know. If you don't understand, let me just know. This particular one we just did now, you can see it's kind of different.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to give you like all different scenarios. This group by whatever might come in. That's what I'm trying to just do. Doctor, Alpha.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, so you can see that I'm just trying to break this thing because I need you guys to understand this thing. So by the time we start entering with subqueries tomorrow, window functions with joins, hey, God will not have mercy, because if you don't understand this foundation, by the time we enter joins, it is well. Oh. So look at this first question. Write a query that shows only transactions in USA. We did it like this. Write a query that shows sum of transactions per country. We did it like this. Take your time when you get home and sit down. I say when you get home. Take your time when we're done with our class. Sit down with these things. Just look at it. Try and understand it. Just try and understand it. I can remove this order by. It's optional. This order by is optional. Let me write it. Optional. It's optional. The query will still run. Let me see if the query will still run. Yeah, it will still run. This order by is optional. It's not necessary. All right. So look at this one. Write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA. This one gave us only one table. Only one row. This one gave us rows, sum of rows per country. Why this one gave us all transactions. Please take note of all these things. You need to screenshot this one, this particular IV. Have you screenshotted it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Please just take your time. Just go through it. Write it in your own My SQL workbench and see the results it gives you, and try and understand what it's saying. In this situation, I repeat, this situation, your manager can actually use, okay, I want to see only transactions in USA. Everything, both the person that supplied, the person that did not supply, the person that rode the bicycle to go and deliver the goods, give me everything. While in IV saying, I want to see the sum of transactions. I want to see how much each country brought. How much the USA bring, how much the Canada, and I want to see the highest. That's when I now did order by. I want to see the highest in terms of transactions, sales we did per country. We found that USA was the highest. The least, so I hope it's not Nigeria. Let me check. Okay, Argentina, 37. Then this one says, write a query that shows the sum of transactions in USA and all that. This question IV answers question AI. Am I right or wrong? This question IV answers this question AI. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. If you do this IV, you will get USA 5-3. But if you do this one, you only get the USA. You don't get every other thing. You see the difference. So God help you and give you speed of understanding. In Jesus' name. I'm done with this one. God knows I've tried in explaining this thing because I know we're entering joints next week. That I'm taking my time. Yeah. To really explain this thing. Let's go to we'll just do the theory and we'll call it a day. People should go and enjoy your salad. Now let's talk about window function. I'll just talk about we won't do any calculation today. I'll just talk about the theory. Then you can be screenshotting. All right. What are window functions? So remember I said window functions is like that first select all from invoices where country is equals to USA. It only give you rows of transactions where country is equals to USA. That's what window function looks like in a way. In a way, that I said, in a way, that's what it looks like. So just carry that mindset in your mind. It is not group by. It is like, okay, I'll come in. Window functions are SQL functions that perform calculations across a set of rows related to the current row without reducing the number of rows returned. They do not collapse rows like group by. And I used mango, apple, and this thing, pineapple to explain this thing. Group by will collapse mango. By the time you added 5 mangoes plus 3 mangoes, plus 3 apples, it gave you 21. By the time you use group by, to give you only 3 rows. But if you don't use group by, it will give you 21 rows. It's not the same thing. Difference between window functions and group by. Number one, I said group by combines multiple rows into one. For example, in that transaction we did, you notice that USA, it gave us the total transactions in USA, which is 523. It gave us the total transactions in sales in Argentina, which is 37. But if you decide to say something like, if you decide to do it another way, you can see the entire transactions one by one per country. And it will give you thousands of rows. But if you summarize everything, it just give you one row per column, per result. Then it reduces the data set size. Is that so? And it uses, okay, let's just quickly, I don't know if SQL shows this thing. Let me see. Good. Look at this one. Show our no, not this one. Oh, this question. I don't know if it shows the number of rows per transaction. Let me see. Write a query that shows this. Okay, so this. Okay, one row. This one. Let me see. It does not show the number of rows. My SQL usually shows the number of rows. Okay, so let's proceed. So I can't do that one. It's Excel, you see that one. So the difference is that group by reduces the data set size, combines multiple rows into one. Do you understand when I say combine multiple rows into one? That group by does this. Do you understand the concept of that?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Hmm? You have kept quiet.
Yes, now.
Janya, are you sure?
Yes.
Very good. Now, used for some group by is used for summarizing data, e.g., sales per customer. That example we're doing sales per country. That's what we're doing in your example. Now, what of window function? What did they actually do? Window function, this is one of my favorite functions, but it can be complex and complicated self, even for me to some extent. But the one we are going to be doing are baby window function, but they are more complicated window functions. Window function keep all the original rows. Take notes. Remember, I told you I gave you two examples. The one that was with group by and one without group by. So window functions is like that first example I gave you. It keeps all the rows like this one you're seeing and calculate values like rank, and running total. I will explain. The first window functions we want to talk about is row number. Before I continue, how many of you, I don't know, I'm trying to understand something because I've not even gone to the material. In sports, for example, yes, in sports, for example, I don't know if it's still true, they still do it. If 10 people are running a race, I want to ask you a question, I'm not sure. If, listen very careful, if 10 people are running a race, 100-meter race, and and one person took first, listen, no, one person took first and 2 people took second, would there be a third position or would they go straight to fourth position? I
Go straight
repeat,
to fourth.
we'll go straight to fourth, Abby.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. I'm not so sure. I'm not going through my material very well. Then, good. So that's okay. Now, that's an idea of what we want to start talking about. There's the first window function is called row number. What does row number do? Row number assigns unique sequential number to each row based on a specific order. Where it is a Windows function. You will get to know it, don't worry. I'm not sure I'll do a calculation. What's the time? It's just 10 more minutes. I'm not doing calculation on window functions. I want you to go home and assimilate those things we did. Where it is used to remove duplicates. I use it to remove duplicates a lot. Then to get the top record, that is number one. Let me give an instance. From this transaction here now, I think, but that one will require a subquery. We can actually get the number one transaction here. That is the highest transaction and give it we call it, this is the number one transaction. You understand those things, don't worry. But this just know
So
that,
is he doing like an indexing?
yes, thank you, like indexing. You did that in Power Query, in Power BI.
Yes, sir.
To give you like an indexing. So row numbers, and it's used row numbers in the SQL. SQL, I usually use it to remove duplicate, as I said, and it's used to to go. It's used to, let me put that way, like what this guy said. What's his name, John? Indexing. Yeah, you can use it for indexing. It's like in Power Query. Then, so let's see how row number it looks like when you are solving it. You say row number bracket over partition by customer ID order by total. Now, if you do this, you might not really understand what this means. Don't worry, you will understand with time. Now, if you do that, to the example of the results to give is 1, 2, and 3. Meaning, the example of results to give is this. Maybe the first transaction was the highest transaction. It will give it index number 1 or position number 1, 2, 1. The second transaction in the second row was the second highest. It will give it position number 2 or index number 2. The third transaction to give it what? Number 3. What it means is this. If number 1 transaction was $80, I think I'm correct in what I want to say, it will give it number 1. If the second transaction, I think, is, let me say 78, it will give it number 2. Even, I'm not so sure about this one now. Even, let's say the second transaction is also 78, I think it will still give it number 3 instead. I think so. But in order not to confuse myself, let me say 76. So if the first transaction sales was 80, it will give it 1. That is overall. If the overall, we found out that the other sales was 78, it will put it as number 2. If found out another sales was 76, it will give it number 3. What it does is this. Is aggregate. Let me don't say that English. Let me just tell you that this is the way you see results in row number. It might sound confusing, but just relax. Just get the concept that this is the way results appear to give you number 1, number 2, and number 3. Of course, I will surely give you examples. There's no this thing. Then rank. What does rank do? This is what doctor was saying. It jumps. You can see there's no number 3 here. He gave you number 1. Maybe the first transaction was what? 80. So the first highest transaction was 80. The second highest transaction was 78. And we found out another transaction too was 78. What does it do? It will give it number 2 as well. Then it will not give you number 3 transaction. It will just go straight to number 4. I mean, if you're not, this is ranked. This is ranked. It's a window function. It's different from if it was a row number. Row number will give you number. It will give 80 number one. This 78 will give it number two. The next 78 it will now give it number three, and then 75 it will now give it number four. And what am I saying? Sorry. Yes. Now 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You see the difference between row number and rank class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Doctor and Priscilla, let me repeat. If this was row number, it would be number one, number two, number three, and number four. But rank, will give it number one, number two, and four. This is used especially in sports. I think I can't remember when I was those things. It's used when in this athletics, Olympics, and the rest. If two people are tied at number two, there will be no number three. There will be no third position. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Jan, you alpha.
I understand.
Okay, good. Thank you for understanding. So what does it do? All this grammar, I've already explained it in this practical way. Assign the same rank to rows with equal values, but skips the next rank number. Where is it applied? It is used in competition ranking, like in sports. So not in like in football, oh. But you can never, you can't see two people sharing the same second position in football. It only happens in athletics. Then in
Even in
leadership, yeah, in leadership boards, then sales performance tracking. You understand? Let's say we found out that Chinedu got the highest sales of 80. You now clap for him. The highest sales. Number two, Jaya got the second, 78. You now clap for Tutor got 78. Then whoever again got 75. John, maybe John now got 75. There will be no third position for John, only fourth. That's what it means. Now let's go to I think that's the second. Let's go to the last one, which is dense ranking. In dense ranking, your results will, in dense ranking, this is the way your results will look like. It will look like, I'm coming. Yeah, it will look like row numbers, Nabi. It assigns the same rank to rows with equal values, but does not skip the next rank. Let me see. To give you something like one. Yeah, it will give you something like two, and three, then four. Something like this. This is where dense rank will give you. Can you see the difference between why rank will give you 1, 2, 2, 4? Let me remove this one. But dense rank will give you 1, 2, 2, 3. See what we'll do here. In order to understand this thing better, so you can screenshot it. I know people like screenshotting well. This is my class. I like screenshotting. I don't like to suffer to write. Let's say row number. This is what we'll call it a day for today. Maybe you can enjoy your salad. Row. This is row number. This is row number. This is rank. You can screenshot this thing, and I think this is the best way. It's all this grammar I'm speaking. I don't know how to speak English too much. After rank, you have what should I want again? Dense rank. Dense. We'll do the calculation tomorrow. Not any calculation today. I don't want to scatter your head from all the things you have taught. So row number gives you one of unique numbers: 1, 2, and 3. Maybe then 4 is unique. 1, 2, 3, 4 is used for removing duplicate and all that. Rank gives you something like 1, 2, 2, 4. Dense rank gives you 1. Oh, sorry. Dense rank gives you 1. Remind yourself. Dense rank gives you, sorry. Okay. Dense rank gives you 1, 2, 2, and 3. Please, is it this difference? This is where you screenshot class. Hey, what have I done? This is what. This is what. See the difference. Now the summary is this: row number, unique numbering. 1, 2. There's no repetition. The other ones have repetition. Row number has no repetition. Rank, competition ranking, it skips. It skips. Dense rank, business ranking, it does not skip. This one is more like for competition. Rank is more like for sports. Why dense ranking is more for like business. In rank, in sports, if two people are tied at number 2, it means there will be no number 3. But in business, it does not work that way. If two people are tied at number 2, there will still be number 3. But in row number, you just give it unique numbers, even if they are tied. It is understood, class.
Yes.
Are you sure? Or you just want me to just end the call? Yeah? Yeah? If I ask you a question, you understand?
Understood.
You say?
Understood.
Okay. So if I ask you a question, you will answer. Yeah? Giant.
Yes.
Giant. I need.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me ask you a question then.
Okay.
Giant. Between row number, rank, and dense rank, which one is used in sports?
Rank.
Thank you. Doctor,
Mm.
what's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? What makes row number unique from rank and dense rank? There's something I said that makes it unique.
Row number gives a unique number. It numbers all transactions. It gives the number of all transactions.
Okay. And,
Rank
and I said it's used to do something. What's that? In SQL, we used to do something. Remove what?
duplicates.
Ah, hallelujah. This is our class. Indica sharp. Okay. I say it was that's why I know book. I will not be I will not do where I did by now. I will not go far. Hey God have mercy.
I failed it.
You got it now. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. I was saying this is my class. Now this sharp. Well. Now small thing I go to teach yourself.
Yeah.
So John, is John network okay? Is John here? Oh, wow. Okay, so that's just the summary of what we want to do today. Tomorrow, let me see if I wrote any questions on. Okay, right. Assign a row number to each invoice based on the invoice total from highest. Let me maybe let's just do this one question and this person. Sorry, Jerry. This person should leave me alone. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Can we do any question? Now, when I say I want to end the class by 8:30. Okay, what's going to happen is this. Let's end the class now. All these other ones, let your brain rest. Let me go back to what we did. Uh,
Oh,
let me see.
I'll come to the questions.
Let me see. Don't forget. I don't know why this thing is scattering my eye. See it. Don't forget this thing we did. We said this. Remember I said this is the one that looks like it will give you answers that look like row number, whatever. Row, whatever. Then I now said this. We now did this second question. Abby. Then we now did something like this. write a query that shows the sum of transactions. So this one gave us just one single row. One single row. Then how is this question different from row number? I think let me just show it. Where is that question? They say assign a row number, like, or index to each this thing. So what you just do is you just say select. Let me just give you this one. So so you have an idea of how these things looks like. So we'll come back tomorrow and do the remaining one. We'll call it a day. So still select. So they assign a row number to each invoice based on the invoice total from highest to the lowest. So for each transaction in cross this table, we want to see the highest to the lowest. So we just say select. Let me see. I think